Welcome back, humor consumers, to the Life Happens, Laugh Anyway podcast. I'm comedian Tracy DeGraff.
And I'm Catherine, co-host and bestie.
Welcome back to the Podlab, co-host and bestie. Here we are.
Yeah.
Another day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a beautiful day here in the Chicago area. It is September 2nd, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Love this weather that we're having.
It's a very nice day. All my windows are open. My sunroom's wide open, so I was able to hear the commotion on our street today.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit delayed by coming here because I was kind of a nosy neighbor. Like I said, there was commotion on our street.
Yeah. Well, you know, when
And
there's a train wreck, you got to look at it.
Who's disturbing this beautiful day?
Oh, right. Wasn't me.
No,
I'm on the
wasn't
other
you.
end of the street. Hey, speaking of windows, look out the window.
Yeah.
Do you see what I see on the window, not out the window?
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
I did. You saw it before I pointed it out.
I saw it, yep.
My windows are so bad. I've got to get them done.
Mm-hmm.
Inside and out in the screens. I think I'm going to call somebody because that's a lot of work.
Really?
I got a manicure, Catherine.
Tracy, I think you should do it because it's part of the movement. You can put it down on your movement thing.
That's true.
For our 21-day challenge.
That's true. Catherine and I are doing a 21-day back-to-school reset challenge with our friend Lindy Flanagan. And it's not too late. If anybody out there can hear my voice and you want to join us, you can go to lindyflanagan.com and look for the 21-day back-to-school challenge. It just started yesterday.
Do you know what I did today?
What'd you do?
I mean, I exerted myself big time. I dug up probably about 15 well-rooted plants. I mean, like, that's a lot of work.
Like to move
energy.
them or just get rid of them?
Well, at first I'm like, I'm going to split these. And then I just ended up digging them up.
I dug them.
Yeah, digging them. And planted some. I mean, that is like your cardio is up, everything. I was sweating all over.
Good.
Yeah.
So that's part of the challenge is just to move.
Mm-hmm.
It's move in whatever way that you can, will, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what I did?
You walked.
No, I didn't. I didn't walk.
You didn't walk to church?
No.
Oh.
I was going to, but then the time got away from me, so I didn't have time because I work at the church, so I couldn't walk there. No. Our friend Janine, who listens to this podcast, hello, Janine, she dropped off 2 of those pretzel rods that are dipped in.
Oh.
They're dipped in that pretty, like, white chocolate stuff.
Did you eat them?
I ate both of them.
Oh.
I didn't even share any. Kim got up to leave. Kim is our friend who works with us, and she had to go run an errand, and so I gobbled them up.
Oh, on our 21-day challenge.
I know, then I had a cookie. Janine left me a cookie, too. It was one of those cookies it was from her daughter's baby shower.
Yeah.
You know? And I have to try these things, Catherine, because now I'm going to be a grandma, and I'm going to have to do a baby shower.
Yeah.
I'm planning a baby shower. So anyway.
Wait. Pause. Back up.
What?
Whose baby shower?
Janine Karsten's, our friend
I
Janine.
know, but the shower didn't happen yet.
She had a shower.
I'm like, did I? Okay. We're supposed to talk about, like, memory lapses and things we forget, and I'm like, oh, no. Did I
miss
I could have swore her shower is later September.
It's September 20th,
Yeah.
I think.
So I'm having a freak out moment thinking, wait a minute. I know I was invited.
Yeah. No, it was for the other side of the family.
Okay.
Yeah, you're off the hook.
Whew, talk about. Yeah.
Anyway, okay, we haven't even gotten to the topic today, but
It's about memory or brain.
If you're wanting to do a reset like I need to, and Catherine is already on a good start, go to lindyflanagan.com. It's LindyFlanigan.com. Lindy's our friend. She's a personal trainer. We don't get anything out of this other than just loving on her and promoting her, but she really does help us.
Yeah.
And she gets us on the right track. So it's only $21 to do this 21-day reset. So it's $1 a day.
Yeah.
All right. You can join us. Okay. This is episode number 237. And today's topic, friends, is called Brain Health. Laugh, learn, and remember where you left your keys. Because all of us have a brain, right? And it's worth, well,
What comes to mind when you say that?
we wonder. What comes to mind?
I can't help but think about the scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, if I only had a brain.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway.
there you go. I love that show. Anyway, yes, we all have a brain, and thinking about how we can have a better brain or a healthier brain, I think is worthwhile investment, in ourselves. So if you stick with us, it'll probably be about 40, 45 minutes that we'll be chit-chatting about this. But
Probably.
we've already put in 5 or 6 just talking about nothing.
5:24.
Okay. Well, thanks for hanging in there. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to share one of my most embarrassing moments on the stage had to do with me forgetting something.
Yeah.
Something extremely important.
Yes.
And it got a big laugh at my expense.
Yeah.
But I'm going to share that in a minute because I don't care. Whatever. Just share it. Catherine did some research on the science behind it, like behind stress and sleep. I think you're all going to want to stay tuned and listen to all of that information because there's a ton of information out there on how your brain is affected by sleep as well as stress. So don't miss out on that. We have a couple little tidbits to share about what the Mayo Clinic has to say and what Harvard has to say and blah, blah, blah. Also, just sharing some habits of how to build a better brain. I'm going to share with you the top 10 surprising brain health facts for women over 50.
Yeah,
Can't
I'm
wait
looking
for
forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah, little tips along the way. And at the end of the podcast, we're going to share some scripture, as we always do, and we're going to point you to the real solution for all of life. And that is our Almighty God.
The one who created your brain.
Yes, that's right. And then we always have a call to action. Catherine, give our listeners a quick overview of how they can contact us and how they can support the podcast.
They can go to lifehappens.laughanywaypodcast.com. You can follow the prompts. You can contribute whatever you would like. We typically ask about $5 a month. Some people give one lump sum. And we want to get back to doing some more shout outs and thank yous for our list of people. I think we should do like the first half of the alphabet one day.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then, we'll do that.
I think right now we have probably around 30 sponsors that, come and go, different ones. Some of them are, like you said, $5 a month that are just continually, and others give when they can or when they want to.
Yeah. And you can also leave comments on your platform that you listen to us on. And they can also go to, can they email you?
They can email me at tracy@tracydgraff.com. If you just go to my website and you can contact me through there. And also I just want to please share our podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I think that we should challenge our audience. If we make them laugh out loud even once during the 45 minutes that they spend with us, that should be a requirement that you must share this with your bestie or whomever.
I'm so bad at asking people that. I don't know why.
But do it, Catherine.
Yeah.
Ask them.
Okay.
Do it now.
Well, you just did.
Okay. So, all right. All right. Enough about that. Let's dive into this amazing topic about brain health. Catherine, what say you?
Well, we were going to talk first about stress, right?
Because sleep and stress, yes.
We all know that stress is it could be a killer. It affects your heart. It affects, your overall well-being. But we know that if your brain seems to be increasingly unable to hold on to new information, stress may be the one to blame. So,
okay, hold up. You know what picture just came into my brain when you said that? Is somebody carrying like 4 bags of groceries. Imagine your brain is so overloaded with so many messages and so much stress that it's carrying 4 bags of groceries. Can that person possibly...
Bags. Yeah,
right. Can you possibly add another bag to that?
Right.
No.
Or a bag that's about to rip. Yeah.
No bueno.
That's a good analogy for sure. Yeah, well, research showed that high or prolonged spikes in the stress hormone cortisol may prune the synapses in your brain's prefrontal cortex and hippocampus, which are essential for brain functions like your memory. And we all worry about our memory loss, or aging brain and all of that. But if you take care of the stress, or take care of yourself rather, then the stress levels will go down and you have a better chance of having better brain health. It also says, and for those who suffer from chronic stress, it seems the cumulative exposure to cortisol over a person's lifespan may produce a weathering of the brain and an erosion of cognitive functioning.
Yeah.
So that's like a short synopsis of stress.
Yeah, the bottom line, don't get so stressed. Like, manage your stress. We all have it. Mm-hmm. We just have to manage it.
Yeah, and one might be thinking, well, you don't know my circumstance. I can't. Well, that's true. We don't know your situation, but we do know we've been in high stress situations and, just sought help on how to de-escalate those levels.
There's no question about it. You're not going to get through life without stressful seasons. Mm-hmm. By the time you're our age, in our, mid to late 50s, mm-hmm. I'm 59, you're 56. Mm-hmm. You don't get to that age without having experienced some stressful seasons.
Right.
You've raised children from infancy to adulthood.
Yeah.
Okay. You've got your parents mm-hmm. who go into their later years and have illnesses and sick and pass away. Mm-hmm. So you have financial stresses over the course of 30 plus years of marriage. You just don't get through life without stresses, but managing our daily stress and navigating those seasons with support and help, I think, is crucial.
Especially if you have, like in this article, chronic stress. You've got to find some help. By the way, I'm getting this information from Time magazine, Memory. And it says how it works and science-backed ways to improve it. I bought this, while my mom was sick.
Yeah.
And I actually have a whole bunch of magazines, National Geographic and Alzheimer's organization magazines. And so, just have...
Yeah, because you went through it. I mean, you had mm-hmm. a front row seat and were impacted greatly mm-hmm. by a brain disease.
Yeah, so I wanted to know, okay, how can we help our mom, and also how can I, be aware of some factors that factor into this disease, because I don't want it.
Right.
And what can I do to help prevent it? So
yeah.
But then we were going to go into sleep. Unless, do you have something else to say about stress?
No. I mean, I have a few things on the tip side, but we'll get to that at the end.
Okay.
But share with me what you've learned about sleep, because I'm interested.
Well, sleep loss can disrupt the process of memory consolidation, or sorting and storage in your brain. So on the good side, though, sleep provides your brain the opportunity to both replay and strengthen new memories while also discarding the frivolous stuff you don't need to remember. Sleep loss can also hurt your brain's ability to encode new memories. In more ways than one, a poor night's sleep can hamper your memory. And, I'm going to add to this, because I just remembered in this article, multitasking also is not good for your brain.
Really?
Yes, right. It can disrupt your brain's ability to store new memories.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It says when you're multitasking, that's interfering with processes that normally would be devoted 100% to doing the mental work that moves info from short-term memory into long-term memory. It reminds me of when we did that event down in Tennessee, and those two gals did this whole thing on lots of women are pretty prideful of the fact that they can multitask, whereas they were saying that's not a good thing.
Right. I remember them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's interesting how valuable sleep is to the whole body. Mm-hmm. The heart, all the organs slow down.
Yeah.
And rest when you're asleep, and they need that rest so that they can rejuvenate and be ready to go in the morning.
Right.
So if you're hearing this podcast right now and you're struggling in that area of sleep, Catherine's yawning. She's yawning.
Literally yawning. And it's not, I did not.
If you're tired.
Okay, as you're talking about this, I'm like, oh my gosh, I am super tired today. And I don't know if people can tell. Like, I'm a little bit more low-key. I did not get good sleep last night. I woke up a lot. Oh, by the way, one of the things that woke me up. The windows were wide open, like I said. And there was an animal killing another animal.
Oh,
and
boy.
I know it wasn't a coyote because I know what that sounds like. But I think it was a raccoon killing, I don't know, a squirrel or.
Oh, wow.
And it was screeching like crazy for a long time. And that was another reason why I woke up.
Well, if you're
Anyway.
like Catherine and you're tired,
Yeah.
and there it goes again.
Oh, God.
Now our whole audience is yawning.
I'm sorry.
Here's my encouragement. Remember when we did that episode on sleep hygiene? It's one
Yeah.
of our
Yeah.
early episodes. I don't know if you can find it. It's like in the first 20 episodes or something.
Yeah.
Figure out how to get better sleep. Go through all the steps of the sleep hygiene thing. It's like, it's not necessarily taking a shower, but if like for me, a shower right before I go to bed, that calms me down. It
Wow.
helps me to relax. I don't like to go to bed unless if I can take a shower.
That is so crazy. It's so opposite of me. That wakes me up.
Yeah.
And so I cannot take a shower right before bed.
Well, that's a perfect example of how different, strokes for different folks. I can't wear makeup to bed. I have to get all my makeup off. And otherwise I don't feel like I can really relax and fall asleep. Figure out what your stuff is. Figure out which way you fall on that. Create a space in your bedroom that is so peaceful and restful that you want to go in there to sleep.
yeah.
This
conversation reminds me of so I do go to the sleep study place. I don't have sleep apnea or anything like that, but I went in for sleep health.
Yeah.
And I had told I don't know if he's a doctor or not, but anyway, I told him that the reason why I want good sleep, I want to make sure I don't have, like dementia or more probability for brain disease, things like that. And so I said, I never wanted to take anything before, like Ambien, but now I'm really desperate. I want to do this. He's like, well, now the thing with that is they meaning researchers, I guess, believe that Ambien is linked to Alzheimer's or dementia. And I'm like, you're
Really?
kidding me.
Wow.
The one thing that helps you sleep better, which you need to stave off diseases, is also cause for it. He's like, I know it's hard to understand.
Yeah. Well,
like,
whatever they
what a
put into it
disappointment.
must be a side effect.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, just do more research is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out the sleep hygiene thing so
Right.
that you can sleep better. All right. Anything else about stress or sleep?
No, that pretty much wraps it up.
All right.
Oops.
Very good.
Yeah.
I wanted to share, I teased at the very beginning that I would share a story about when I forgot something really important.
Oh, yeah.
And Catherine was not with me at this event. This was early on in my career. So I've been doing stand-up comedy for 16 years. So I think this was probably like year 1, maybe. So this was a while ago. And it was our mutual friend, Tammy, who is a sponsor now of our podcast.
Yeah.
So thank you, Tammy, for sponsoring.
Yeah.
And for inviting me to do this event because I'm still telling this joke from the stage. My friend Tammy invited me to come to her church's ladies' retreat.
Yeah.
And it was a small group of women, I think maybe 30, something like that. And I'm on stage and I'm doing my jokes and I think it's going great and they're laughing and laughing. Well, pretty soon I notice that they're laughing when they're not supposed to be laughing.
Right.
And I'm like, what's with these people? They don't get out much. Like, what's their problem? How come they're laughing so hard? And then Tammy comes up to me while I'm doing my performance and she whispers in my ear, your zipper's down.
Yeah.
And I looked down, Catherine, and not only was my zipper down, but it was down and out. It was out.
Yeah.
So my button was buttoned at the top.
Oh.
Thank God. Thank God my button was buttoned.
Yeah.
But the zipper had made its way past my belly roll, and it was all the way down.
Oh, girl.
And I had on white cotton granny panties.
Why?
I don't know. And that's all that was showing was this big white cotton crevice.
Just a big teeth smile.
Seriously. So I'm telling my jokes about who knows what, and all they're laughing at is this big white cotton thing like glaring at them. And of course I had to weave it into whatever I was saying.
Yeah.
And I just looked at them and I turned around and I pulled up my zipper and I looked back and I said, no extra charge for that. It was a little extra treat, a bonus.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And then I think I was in the bit where I was talking about how I've had 5 kids and it did the number on my body. And I told them that, that was on purpose. I was waiting for my uterus to come out of the parking lot.
That's right. Yeah.
And then I acted out like I was pulling my uterus in.
Oh, that's good comeback.
Yeah.
Really good.
I'm glad I thought of it in the moment.
I know.
But it was horrifying. And I'm like, I just have to make the best of this.
I feel like we recently talked about this on the podcast.
We might have, but if we are, too bad.
New to us.
Oh,
or you.
And this is why now when I buy jeans, I try to buy the pull-up kind.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to remember. All you have to remember is to pull them up.
Oh, gosh.
You
and if you don't remember that,
then you really got problems.
Like
and
that
you're
guy.
probably tripping. What guy?
At the Frankfurt Fest?
Oh, oh my goodness. Okay. We're sitting there at this restaurant, me and Catherine and our friend Lisa, and there's a man sitting at the table next to us with a young child, and I noticed it.
Yeah. You're like 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
And Catherine looks, and then she looks back. This man, his pants were down.
Yeah, I'm thinking, do you not feel that? I mean,
sorry. I mean, he had a vertical smile. It looked like Dolly Parton cleavage was popping out of his butt.
Seriously. Yeah.
He had to have felt it.
He had to have. And I'm thinking, how does that not bother you? I don't know.
Especially with a child just sitting there and women, in their 50s hanging around.
Nice place, too.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Okay.
My avocado toast was like, anyway. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
We didn't plan on sharing that, but there it went.
Yeah.
We asked the Lord, would you bring us something funny?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, remember that?
Oh,
all right, so I shared that story. You shared, I'm looking at our notes here.
Yeah.
Okay. Stress shrinks your memory, but laughter heals it.
Yeah.
So Catherine talked about the brain and stress and sleep and how it, has a huge impact. There's a study that has been done at the University of California, and that study found that high cortisol levels were linked to memory decline in middle-aged adults. However, another study at the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota says that laughter lowers cortisol and increases oxygen to the brain. Mm-hmm. And, I was messaging a family member this morning who's going through a stressful season, and we were kind of back and forth about it. And then I said, I hope you find something today that will make you laugh so hard and it'll feel so good, right?
Yeah.
And then she said, well, you're the one that does that. And so then I sent her my, how I told you that I was shopping for jeans on Saturday?
Yes.
And I was in the plus size section.
Oh, yeah.
And this sales girl comes up to me and she goes, you're in the wrong section. And I'm like, no, I'm not. She goes, you're not plus. I'm like, yes, I am. And we go back and forth, and she hands me, she goes, you're a large or an extra large at the most. And I should have felt good about it.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't. I felt like she wouldn't let me in her club because she was clearly plus. And then she goes, well, try them on. So I go try on these jeans, and I tried on the plus size because I know my size. I'm 59 years old. I've been this size for a minute. I mean, I know. And then I'm like, maybe I'm not, So I come out and I've got the plus size jeans on, and the girl is like, oh yeah, you're curvy. I'm like, well, thank you very much.
I told you.
I tried to tell you.
Oh,
no. And in my head, all these things are reeling in my head like, I'm all about that bass, no treble. I mean, I like big butts and I cannot lie. And then, no kidding, I bought my jeans, and they were the pull-up kind with no zipper and no button. Praise God. And they have the stretch in them, so they're going to move when you sit. I bought my jeans, and I walked out of there, and I walked 10 feet to the right to the crumble cookie store, and I walked in there, and I bought 2 crumble cookies. One for me and one for Muffin.
Because I want to stay in this club.
I'm like, don't tell me I'm not plus. I'm firmly plus.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway, so I'm writing that true story into a bit.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, it's how I do. I keep these things in my phone.
Yeah.
So I copied and pasted it into my family member. I sent
Yeah.
it to her, and then she sent me some laugh emojis, But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying about laughter,
Mm-hmm.
is that laughter gives your brain a break.
Yeah.
Because when you're in a chronic season of stress, and it can take a while for problems to sort out. Why are you laughing?
I just thought of something.
What?
I just thought of something that made me laugh.
What?
I don't know how it came across, but I was just, I don't know, feeling kind of whatever. And then anyway, this reel popped up, and it was a little bit from Three's Company, and it was Jack. You know Three's
Yeah.
Company, and it has
Yeah.
Jack and Mr. Furley and the two girls. And they're playing this game in the apartment of Jack and Chrissy and whatever the other one's name is. Cheryl?
No.
I don't know. Oh,
I forget her name.
well, whatever. And and they have to, Mr. Furley is the one facilitating it. And he says, okay, pick a name out of the hat. Well, then Jack picks a name and he goes, oh, I could do this. I could do this. Well, he gets Mr. Furley. And he does Mr. Furley so good. And he goes, I mean,
John Ritter
oh my gosh.
was amazing.
Okay, so yeah, it made me laugh out loud, and I sent it to my family member who is down and worried right now, and so I sent it to her, and yeah, I hope she laughed. She didn't. Now that I think about it, I
She
don't think I
didn't
heard
respond.
back from her.
By the way,
Oh
it
gosh,
was
it's so funny.
Jack, Chrissy, and Janet.
Janet.
Yeah, I looked
that's
it up
right,
'cause
Janet.
I know that people are thinking it's Janet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, okay, so that's beautiful because that ties a nice little bow on this segment of our episode. Is that find something to make you laugh. You can binge listen to all of our podcasts. Okay. You can come to my comedy show. If you're in the Chicago area, I have 2 shows coming up, one on September 20th, one on the 26th. So go to my website to get info about those.
Yeah.
You can listen to sitcoms. You can watch reels. Instagram has a genius algorithm. Instagram knows when I'm laughing. It sends me all of my stuff that I like, that I send to you. It just
Right.
sends me more and more and more of it.
Gosh, they are funny.
Yeah, I send some good stuff to Catherine. If it makes me laugh out loud, I send it. I'm like, I can't stop. Here it
I'm going to
is.
send you that one with Jack doing Mr. Furley.
That's awesome. All right, so that's the value of laughter. When you did the sleep stuff, I meant to ask you, how many hours of sleep do you typically
I think
shoot
I get
for?
about 7 to 8.
Yeah, that's about what I get too. And it feels good to me. I don't like
Yeah.
getting less.
The problem is I do wake up a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, for one reason or another. Most people who know me know that I have restless leg. I do take medicine for it. And people will say, oh, you know, try magnesium to get the iron. I do all of that. And
Yeah.
I still have this issue. But it seems to be that I still kind of jerk around in the night nonetheless. But I don't
Yeah.
want to take any more medicine.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, than what I already have. So.
Well, here's another little tip that I picked up along the way of research. It says prayer, deep breathing, gratitude, and laughter are all practical ways for us to reset our brains.
Yeah.
And for many years since I've been doing comedy, I describe laughter like a spontaneous combustion of your brain. Because oftentimes you don't just start to giggle and rev up. You know what I mean? But something just cracks you up, and it just is a spontaneous combustion.
Exactly. Just like when I was just sitting here thinking about that silly little reel. It just made me laugh inside.
Right.
I couldn't hide it.
And at that time, when that spontaneous combustion happens, then your brain is coated with all these wonderful chemicals that are legal and moral and ethical that God created in order to give your brain a break.
Yeah.
So just enjoy them.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on to habits that build a better brain. If you have anything to add to this, I just want to read this little portion. this is a little science bit. Neuroplasticity. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but
Sounds good.
neuroplasticity. The brain can form new neural pathways at any age.
Yeah, I think we've covered something to that effect, similar to that before.
Well, this is a study from the University of Pittsburgh, and it found that exercise increased the size of the hippocampus in older adults. So, my friends, we must exercise. We must do intentional exercise, strength building, cardio exercise, gardening, all the things so that our hippocampus, which is our memory center, can grow.
Yeah.
It gives some, good tips for habits. Move daily, walk, dance, stretch. Eat brain foods like berries, salmon, nuts, leafy greens. They're all good for you. So many nutrients and all that kind of stuff.
Especially blueberries.
Learn new things. I know that there's some controversy on how much benefit you're going to get from learning new things, but it's believed that it does help you to stay engaged in life, right? To do puzzles, to memorize scripture. I find that highly valuable, as well as a hobby, learn a language or learn dance steps. You know what I would like to do? Square dancing.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You're not going to believe this.
What?
Now I'm saying this out loud, but Kenny doesn't listen to our podcast anyway. I was going to look into signing up for dance classes for Kenny and I.
Square dancing or a different kind of dancing?
I wasn't thinking square dancing, but...
Find some square dancing class or something. Have you ever done square dancing?
Yeah, in school.
Okay. Square dancing is fun, it's good exercise, and it's a social, thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people are getting into pickleball, too.
Yeah. Oh, so that doctor that we listened to on the YouTube thing, he said that there's a name for the eye-hand coordination type of games or sport, like ping pong.
Racket stuff.
Yeah. But it had a term. But
anyway, that's what we're talking about.
Right.
Tennis, ping pong, pickleball, handball, whatever. Hand-eye coordination, it helps your brain.
Right.
This also says to stay socially connected. There was an 80-year study out of Harvard that showed strong relationships keep the brain healthier longer. Catherine and I both belong to the same church, so we call that our faith family. I encourage you, friends, if you are not connected to a good local church, find one. If you're in the Peatone area, come to our church. It's Christ Community Church in Peatone, and we're about 45 minutes south of Chicago area, or Chicago, the city proper, whatever. So if you're in the area and you can get to Peatone, Illinois within I'd say 40 minutes or so, come to our church and join our faith family or join a faith family that teaches the Bible and gets you connected with other people, because then those people do life with you.
Yeah.
It's awesome. All right. Anything else that you wanted to add about those? And then the only other thing I have to share about this stuff is the surprising brain facts.
No, I'll just add some things that are beneficial since we are talking about brain health. A lot of people know that turmeric, however you say it, that's the active ingredient in curcumin. Okay. And so these things are really good if you want to brain, a good healthy brain. Make sure you are getting I don't know how much of a dose every day, but it has been just determined to be a really good brain source. Obviously it sounds like I need it right now. And ginkgo is another good one. And there's quite a bit. There's actually so much that we can't go over all of it, but I just wanted to add that in there.
Yeah. I love turmeric. I just made some soup. My mother-in-law had surgery, and so I make this healthy chicken soup.
Yeah.
It's from Mary's Whole Life. She's a blogger, and it's actually Lindy Flanagan who shared Mary's Whole Life with me. So if you're interested in getting the soup recipe, if you just go to Mary's Whole Life, I think it's .com, look for her chicken soup, and there's turmeric in it, and there's also fresh ginger.
Yeah.
I mean, the soup is amazing and so good for you. Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Here are the top 10 surprising brain health facts for women over 50. I know that you've been waiting for them.
Okay.
Some of these are redundant because we did talk about them, but I'm going to go through them anyway. Number 1, your brain actually shrinks with chronic stress.
Yeah.
Long-term high cortisol literally reduces the size of the hippocampus. So you're getting dumber. When you're in a long-term cortisol situation, your brain is shrinking. So, you have to stop that. Number 2, sleep is like your brain's housekeeping crew. During deep sleep, your brain's lymphatic system clears out toxic proteins linked to Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
No sleep, no cleanup.
Right.
So you got to
It's like
get
a street sweeper in your brain.
Yeah. And, you got to, like I said, do what you got to do to get more sleep. Exercise, this is number 3. Exercise makes your brain bigger. Aerobic exercise has been shown to increase the hippocampus in older adults, meaning workouts can reverse age-related shrinkage. We're all going to get older, right? This is just like the blessing of life, is that we continue to age. I don't know why we deteriorate as we age, but this is what happens. So let's do what we can to preserve our brain to the best of our ability. All right, number 4, laughter really is medicine for your brain. Laughing boosts dopamine and serotonin, the happy chemicals, and lowers cortisol. It basically is a free antidepressant with 0 side effects. Love it. Number 5, learning something new literally rewires your brain. The neuroplasticity, which we just talked about, means your brain can grow new connections at any age. Trying a new hobby or memorizing scripture strengthens these pathways, as well as, like I said, language, as well as music.
Yeah.
Learn an instrument, something like that. Really helps the brain. Loneliness, this is number 6, is as bad for your brain as smoking. Harvard's long-term studies found social isolation increases the risk of dementia just as much as some physical health risks.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Number 7, your gut and your brain are besties. There's about 90% of your serotonin is made in the gut. Okay, so your diet is important. Eating leafy greens, fiber, and probiotics helps your mood and your memory. Number 8, dehydration shrinks brain tissue. Just a 2% drop in hydration can cause brain fog, headaches, and short-term memory loss. So water, is important. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Number 9, the female brain changes dramatically at menopause.
No kidding.
Really? Shocker. Estrogen helps protect brain cells and supports memory. As estrogen dips, women often notice menopause brain. I've heard people call things like chemo brain, pregnant brain, all the brains. Yeah. Bad habits like exercise, sleep, and diet can, not bad, but
Yeah.
it's a different B word. Habits like exercise, sleep, and diet can compensate.
Sure.
So hopefully we're all going to have the honor and the pleasure of going through menopause, because that means you're aging and you're not dead, right?
Right.
But let's work on increasing movement, increasing sleep, and having a better diet. Lindy always says to eat the rainbow.
Yeah.
She just talks about hang out in the produce section of your grocery store and just grab all the colors.
Right.
And figure out how to increase, those colorful things in your diet.
Right.
And finally, number 10, we just did an episode on music and the value of music. Music wakes up your brain more than almost anything else. Listening or singing along engages memory, emotion, and coordination centers. That's why hearing an old song can instantly take you back decades. We just talked about this and how, we would go right back to the 80s with a certain song. So that's it. Those are the top 10 surprising brain health facts for women over 50.
Yeah, we're going to cover more on the brain in another episode.
Yeah.
I've got a whole magazine dedicated to really interesting did you knows, and I bet you don't, about the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
lots
sure.
of interesting stuff.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. A little scripture, which I forgot to pull this up, so let me just do it real quick.
Is it
Romans 12:2. Yeah, we've shared the scripture before, but it's so good. It's Romans 12, verse 2. It says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. I really encourage people to meditate on scripture like that. Mm-hmm. I think it gives you a lot of hope, right?
Yeah. Speaking of meditate,
Yeah.
oops, I forgot to mention
Yes.
that another really good thing for your brain is while you're learning new things, give your brain a break. So kind of ponder what you just learned, think about it and let your brain meditate on it.
Yeah.
It's a really helpful tool.
I just, in preparing for today's episode, I stumbled upon some stuff about ADD and ADHD, and part of it was in that clip that I sent to you. Mm-hmm. And it is hard to focus if your brain is wired in such a way that you see a shiny object and you go, squirrel, And I have that issue with reading. So if I read something, I'm not really focused on it. Mm-hmm. I can read, but I don't
Comprehend it.
I'll read it and I'll go, what happened?
If you're not interested or...
No, I could be very interested, but if I'm distracted, so if my brain is thinking about something else or there's something else going on, like, if there's activity or commotion outside, I can easily get distracted and then I can't focus. So there's little tools and tricks that I have learned to use to help me focus, like headphones help me focus. I put on instrumental music that's intended for study, classical music, or like just instrumental hymns where you know the tune, but you're not hearing the words.
Yeah.
That helps me to quiet down the other things that are vying for my attention.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
that. All right, our call to action today is for you, everybody, for me, Catherine, and all of us, of our listeners, to choose one brain healthy activity that you're going to try this week. What are you going to do, Catherine?
Well, I'm going to continue to move and really breathe in the fresh air. It's starting to get a little cooler out.
Yeah.
So I want to spend more time outside and just really take really big, deep breaths. I don't do that enough. And I know that breathing a really good intake and exhale is very good for you. And I don't do that enough. So I'm going to start doing that more.
Good. I'm going to follow the 21-day reset. No more pretzels
No
and
more
cookies.
pretzels, no more cookie crumble.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called.
I am going to increase my water and my movement this week. So,
Awesome.
All right, friends, please let us know how this episode impacted you.
Yeah.
Let us know if you laughed at all at anything. If this episode made you laugh, please share it with someone else.
Yeah, that's another call to action.
Yeah, so that we can grow. All right. Well, you've been listening to the Life Happens Laugh Anyway podcast. I'm still comedian Tracy DeGraff.
I'm still Catherine.
See you next time. Bye-bye.